welcome back to the channel. How's everyone doing today? I am so excited to be before you.
You are too cute.
I have a very special guest, my one and only, the best personal trainer in the DMV area, Courtney Alexander.
Hey.
Okay. Today's video, we're going to be answering questions that you, my goal crushers, actually sent to me via my Instagram post or Together We Can Fitness group. Oh, y'all, okay? We are having so much fun. We are going to debunk some fitness myths, and we're going to wrap it up with Courtney sharing some of her favorite thoughts on health and wellness, and as well as some of her favorite Courtneyisms. Okay, so you don't want to miss this. Okay. All right. So, Courtney, and Goal Crushers, I am looking at my notes, so if you see me looking down, that's why, okay? But Courtney, tell us a little bit about yourself, and how did you become a fitness enthusiast, a fitness trainer, just everything that I love about you, Courtney.
Oh, thank you. Well, I'm originally from Brooklyn, New York. I moved out here to the DMV area about 4 years ago. Me and my husband, we're actually both into fitness. I became a fitness professional.
Okay.
Officially in 2010. I was always an athletic kid. I ran track in high school and college. So, after graduating and, just going to the real world, you just sit at a desk. I realized that just wasn't for me. So, I can't even remember who, I think I was going to a gym, taking some fitness classes, and one of the trainers reached out to me and was like, "You should be a trainer." And I was just like, "What?" But for some reason that stuck with me, and I was just like, maybe I should be a trainer. Because, I love fitness. I've been doing it like my whole life. I was an active kid. But that sparked it in me to say, I kind of hate working a regular job. I hate sitting at a desk. I was like, let's just see what happens. So that was the start of me transitioning over, just trying it out. I just left my job and was like, let's just do this. Let's see how far I could go.
Okay. All right. Okay. So, Courtney, can you go ahead and tell the Goal Crushing community how you and I met?
Well, you gave me, did you have me on Instagram or did you call me? Okay.
I did. I hit you up on Instagram. Actually, she and I used the same photographer for our wedding. I think your engagement photos were all fitness based, her and her husband. I was like, I just love it. I just love the vibe. So I just decided to just go ahead and call you. And it has been Courtney and Karen ever since.
Right. Going on 2 years.
2 years,
next
yes.
Month, 2
yes,
years.
2 years next month. And I will tell you all that I have worked out with many trainers, LA Fitness, Bally's, the whole gimmick. And 3 months, I'm leaving that trainer. Another month, I don't like that trainer. Courtney, I've been with her for 2 years. Okay, So Goal Crushers, this is a great opportunity. This video is right on time. You know why? Because this is first quarter refresh for our health and wellness goals. So Courtney, when the new year comes, everybody wants health and fitness goals is always the top of our list, right?
Yes. New Year's fitness resolution.
Yes. So we are already we're in month 3.
Yep.
And I know, my struggle.
We all struggle.
You know my struggle. So this is a perfect time for us to actually refresh our fitness goals. So with that being said, what is the best way you find it helpful when you're setting health goals with your clients?
Well, I usually tell my clients to be realistic. A lot of times we're always like, oh, I want to lose 50 pounds. I want to do this. I want to look like this person. It's like, okay, but how do we know what we want, but now we have to figure out how do we get there. Right. And again, realistically, no one likes to do things they don't like to do. I don't think you're going to stick with anything that you genuinely don't like to do long term.
That's true.
And I'm more realistic. I don't usually when I meet with my clients on day 1, I say, please write down what you eat for the next 7 days, and then we will look back at it. The average person swears they are eating right. Swears they are eating right. No judgment. I'm just saying.
That is true.
We all think we're doing better than we are. And then when you write that down and you look back, the receipts are there. So
that's right.
Then we go down and we figure out what we can either take out, what can we add in. I'm all about moderation. I'm not good at cold turkey. So, I mean, if you are great, we can do that. But I literally figure out what works the best for my clients based off their personalities. I'm not going to just give you something that I've given someone else. It's all about you. So,
right.
I want it to stick long term. Again, 2 years running.
That's
We're doing
right.
good.
Yes. And I can honestly say that is so true because Courtney, she would tell me, we will look at everything that I've been doing. And I love cheese. I love a good steak and cheese. I love a good grilled cheese. I love egg and cheese sandwiches. And, Courtney said to me, Karen, what are you eating? And for like a week, she said, I want you to write down everything you eat. Every day was cheese, 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 cheese. And Courtney was like, Karen, let's try removing cheese from your eating plan.
Let's cut back on the dairy.
Yes, for about 2 or 3 days. And believe it or not, I really did find that just cutting it out a few days a week actually helped. And now I'm almost at a point where I'm going a whole week without no dairy. Every once in a while, I slip up, and I can tell my tummy knows. Okay, so yes. So what is the philosophy that you recommend to your clients to removing some of the bad habits? And I think we already touched on that a little bit. Moderation and slowly moving things out.
Just be realistic with yourself.
Okay. So do you have any good tricks that you do on a daily basis to help either remove bad habits or increase good habits? Like, I know, my struggle with water. My water jug. So I would drink water, but I wouldn't always meet my water goal. So, share with them what you shared with me about my water goal.
Well, the thing is, nowadays, technology's like, there's an app for everything. So honestly, you can get an app that reminds you of how much water to drink. You can just add a reminder on your phone.
True.
A lot of times I'll get a big bottle of water, and whether it has like markings on it or not, I'll just make an effort of how much this is. So if it's like, whatever the amount is, like, okay, I need to have 4 of these. Like, you know what I mean? And make sure that by the end of the day, you have to have 4 of these large bottles. Just, make it a game or something. Like, there's so many different ways to get you into a rhythm of things. But again, something that works for you. So again, if you need an alarm that's going to tell you to drink water, then do that. But if you're like, Courtney, I'm good at writing things down and checking things off my to-do list, then do that.
Right.
But again, you just have to figure out what works for you.
Yeah, because I can tell you that a lot of us in the planning community, we have trackers. We have our daily trackers, and I can guarantee you, almost everybody has a tracker that they put in their planner to track how much water they eat every day. So, so goal crushers, I know we can do this. I know we can. What do you recommend for individuals who don't particularly care for just plain water?
I'm all about water infusion, like with fruits. So me personally, I do not like the taste of water. Like, it's kind of boring. So
from a fitness trainer,
again, I mean, first of all water does not taste the same. All real water drinkers know, but sometimes it's boring. So for me to get to drink more of it, it has to have a flavor. So I personally make like this ginger, turmeric, lemon, lime, mint water. But again, to each his own. If you like strawberries, throw some strawberries in there. Literally, you just take some fruit, put it in your water, let it sit. It will get a flavor.
Okay.
So it's as simple as that. If you want to make like a tea version of something, totally fine.
Okay.
But again, figure out what works for you. If you like cucumber in your water, that's also a lovely thing. Cucumber, mint. You could just literally throw it in water, a pitcher of water, let it sit, and then pour it out. It will have flavor.
Okay.
I don't really recommend like seltzers. I mean, to each his own. Some people prefer the seltzer, but just
because
be careful.
It has that gas.
The carbonation can affect your stomach. So, be careful with that. But, as simple as like squeezing some lemon or lime. That's usually the go-to for anyone who's like, I just need a little flavor. So, always an option.
Okay, that's a great option. Phase 2 of our interview, where we're going to be talking about the questions that you, the Goal Crushers, sent in specifically for this video. So, here we go, Courtney. Some of these questions, some of these questions are very health specific. So let me just say, Courtney is not a doctor, even though she did go to pre-med, right?
I did.
She went to pre-med, but she's not a doctor. So some of the questions she may or may not be able to answer completely. Mm-hmm. So Courtney, question 1, what do you recommend for beginners who want to lose weight and tone their body?
Beginners, like novice, like you've never worked out, you are unfamiliar with fitness. I honestly just say, sit down, take a minute, figure out exactly what you want out of this. Okay. How much you're willing to commit to it. Because I do feel like a lot of people, they're not really sure what goes into it. I guess the most popular question I get from people is like, how do you lose weight? Like, what's the easiest way to lose weight? The easiest way to lose weight is to change what you're eating. Point blank, period. That's it.
You heard it.
You have to change it. It has to change in some which way or form. Okay, so that's the easiest and quickest way, is to change what you're eating. Now, if you're focusing on actually incorporating exercise and things like that, I guess I would say, you're supposed to get approval from a doctor before you start any fitness regimen. You'll notice whenever you sign up for a gym, in the fine print, it does say that. Yes. So just a heads up. If you have any pre-existing conditions or anything like that, reach out to your doctor to get the green light. My next suggestion is to contact a fitness professional, whether it's a group fitness instructor, whether it's a personal trainer like myself, somebody with know-how, like ideally a certified a fitness professional. So again, not just someone who does whatever, that has a basic understanding of the science behind it, because that does matter. You can usually tell the difference.
Yes, you can. And I think, Courtney, I'm just going to tap on this real quick. I think that's one of the reasons why you and I have worked out so well, because Courtney just don't tell me to do something. She gives me the reason why it would best benefit me. And that's one of the reasons why I believe that our personal training sessions as my trainer has been such a long journey for me, because it's not like, it's not like you saying, Karen, go out there and just run. Right. You slowly tell me what I need to do, and you gradually work with me. So, you give me something to think about as I am moving towards my health and fitness goals. So for that, I really appreciate that. Now, for beginners and us who work out all the time, and I will be the first to tell you guys, I had to change my schedule with Courtney, because on Fridays, I will work out with her in the morning. Saturday morning, I'm walking like a turtle. And my husband's like, you're going to have to do something about this.
You were in our weekend plans.
I was not able to maintain the pace my husband needed for the weekend, because he wanted to walk and go and do. And I'm like, baby, sometimes I could barely get in the car. So what do you recommend for individuals with muscle soreness?
So muscle soreness is, of course, is natural. It's technically like little tears in your muscles. Please don't be nervous. It's a natural process that the body's going through to heal itself, to grow. So in theory, if you're lifting and you feel that tenderness, your muscles are trying to grow.
Right. Okay.
So I always say, hydrate a lot, stretch a lot, move. As much as you do not want to move, you want to stand still. Movement is medicine. It is literally what your body needs. It flushes everything out. It gets everything going, the blood flowing, loosens up these muscles. So stretching, movement.
Okay.
Suggested soaking, Epsom salt baths. That's always been a thing ever since I was a kid. Like if you feel like you're achy, soak in a bath. Specifically flexibility, or should I say stretching treatment, is I put you onto what's called SMR, or foam rolling.
Yes.
So that's a specific type of stretching that everyone should be doing, no matter what, whether you're an athlete or not, whether you work out or not, everyone should be using a foam roller to stretch out, because, with technology advancing, we're sitting a lot more and we have a lot of tight muscles. So the average person is sitting a lot more. So we need to move, we need to stretch, we need to, stretch out those muscles that have been contracted for hours at a time.
Right.
So,
because I never heard of foam rolling until I met you.
Honestly, I will say, I think foam rolling is only about 20 years old, the idea. So foam rolling is equivalent, it's called self-myofascial release, which we call SMR stretching. So you're pretty much applying pressure to tender pressure points on your body, usually knots in your muscles. Mm-hmm. And you apply pressure to that, It's almost equivalent to a deep tissue massage.
Yes.
So
Okay.
feel free to go get a massage every time if you can. But if you can't afford that, get yourself a foam roller and do it yourself.
Yes. And there are plenty of videos on YouTube that will help you with that. Trust me, because I use them all the time with the help of my trainer here. Okay. Next question. I think we touched on this where someone asked, how many pounds do you recommend your clients to lose in a week to realistically maintain their weight loss?
Okay.
So
I believe the number is usually about 2 pounds a week, healthily, if I'm even saying that right, is a healthy amount of weight to lose each week without doing too much. So 2 pounds should be about what you're doing, but it's usually really, not intricate, but it's intense. It can be intense to lose 2 pounds a week, depending on how much you weigh. So I usually recommend between a half pound and a pound, depending on your goals. Is realistic. Okay,
and is it the 2 pounds? Is that because you really have to do like a drastic change in what you're eating? Because I remember you just saying that the quickest way to lose weight is to change what you eat. So if you want to lose weight, you will have to really drastically change what you eat. So,
Yes. Well, I don't want to say drastically. I don't want to scare anybody. You will need to change what you eat in some which way or form.
Okay.
But you just don't want to lose too much weight too fast, because then that can be too traumatic to your body. You don't know how your body's going to react to that.
Right.
Sometimes if you notice people who lose a lot of weight really fast, they have like the saggy skin.
Okay.
So you don't want that either, right? Because once your skin is saggy and it detaches from your muscle, you have to get surgery. There's no amount of exercising to tighten that skin up.
Oh,
so you don't want to lose weight too fast and it detaches from your muscle. So that's another reason not to lose too much weight too fast, because then your skin will sag. Okay, well, we're going to get into the myths, because there's some myths that people have about fitness and weightlifting and women's muscles. So the next question that I have is, what type of exercises do you recommend for the upper back? Okay, so upper back, is that because someone who asked this?
Someone in the fitness group, I think.
Well, I mean, you need to target your upper back. So you would do anything that's like a pull. So anything where you're like squeezing your shoulder blades together. So that's one rule to kind of think about, is like, posture. So if you sit like this, you're going to have a rounded back, you're going to be hunched over. So always think about keeping your core engaged tight. So again, just constantly think about, in general, keep those shoulders back when you sit throughout your day.
So, so like if you have a rowing machine.
So like a rowing machine, any type of lat pull. So from down.
Is about planks. What is the best way to do a plank, and how do you know if you're doing it correctly?
Okay, so planks is technically a full body exercise. So that's number one. So you should feel it in more than just one place. I know we focus mainly on the core,
right?
But you're actually working all your muscles when you plank. So
I can attest to that.
So
that is true.
There are, of course, different variations of plank. So a traditional plank is like a hand plank where your arms are completely pressed out. You want to have your shoulders on top of your wrists, so stack, so there's not as much pressure, and the angle is again directly on top of it. Keep your shoulders in line with your hips, so there should be no arch in the back. Like this shouldn't happen. It should be as straight as a board. Suck the stomach in, tighten the glutes, engage the quads. So it's like you're stretching your feet out. I'm saying it's right. People are like, what are you talking about? I've never done all that.
Right. Well, maybe I can do a quick demo. So Crushers. We're going to come back to that. Okay. Here's another question, and this question is about menopause and fibromyalgia. So what diet or exercise do you suggest for women who suffers from those two elements?
Well, again, I'm not a doctor. So, of course, you would always get clearance from your doctor before you start anything. I still go back to the essence of it. Change what you eat. Like, what you eat affects everything about you. Because whatever you eat becomes you. It is literally going to turn into a cell on your body. It affects how you feel, your mood, everything. So, usually you'd probably need to, I'm assuming you'd probably have to go to like a plant-based diet.
Okay. Most likely,
or it's encouraged to incorporate more of that, because unfortunately meat and again cheeses and things like that causes inflammation in the body, and inflammation in the body is clearly not a good thing. So it encourages any type of disease or issues that we may have. Based diet is what I would encourage. and kind of go slow. So like the basic, I feel like exercises that people tend to do when they want to work out or you see on television is like push-ups and like squats. You do not need to do sit-ups ever. We may have to do another video where we talk about exercises that you never really have to do, but they always tell you to do. I would say go slow and again, just listen to your body. It's literally about your body, how it feels based off of what you're doing. And I can't tell you what to do. Like I can encourage you what to do, but you ultimately make that decision of what feels right for your body.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Yeah. So if you all are enjoying this video, go ahead and hit that thumbs up. That way you all let YouTube know that you are enjoying Crushing Goals with Karen, along with the one and only, the marvelous Courtney Alexander. Okay, Courtney, so we're going to go ahead and get some health myths, okay? I know I struggle with some of these myths myself. Are all carbs bad for us? I mean, I love bread.
I love bread. Carbs are actually our first, not line of defense, but we get our energy from carbs. They're the easiest ones to break down. So don't be afraid of carbs. We do encourage complex carbs. So the carbs that aren't going to just, you want to feel like fuller longer, or how do I put it? So like sweet potato is a good carb.
Okay. I love sweet potato.
White bread is not a good carb because it's processed, it's bleached, it's, all the nutrients have been stripped of it.
Okay.
That's important. You have to eat food that is nutrient dense. We eat food for nutrients. It's weird you have to tell people that.
Courtneyism right there, y'all. Courtneyism right there.
We eat to live. We eat to nourish. We eat to fuel our bodies. So if you look at it that way, you try to focus on foods that are going to give that to you. So like, as much as I love cookies, I know I'm not going to get the nutrients I need from cookies.
That's true.
So it's like, what else could I?
Yeah.
I'm not saying you can't have cookies, just in moderation. Make sure you follow that up with other healthy foods.
Yeah. That's hard, y'all.
So, carbs are not bad, okay? Healthy carbs.
Right. Okay.
You can have carbs. Anything that's considered a carb. I'm trying to think, like fruits are technically carbs, but they're good for you.
Right. That's true.
And they have sugar, but it's natural sugar, so it's good for you.
Oh, that brings to the next myth that's here on the list. Is sugar bad even if it comes from the fruit?
Again, it's all about eating naturally. We live in a world, unfortunately, where everything is processed now because we're all looking for convenience. And I get it, because cooking, when we had to do our detox, and
oh my God,
I'm so used to buying canned beans, and you realize you buy the bag of beans, they have to soak, and it's like, oh my God, if you forget, you're gonna have to eat beans tomorrow. So
right, that is true.
It's just one of those things where you're like, oh, okay, I understand why things are made easier for us, but unfortunately, that also means you may lose some of the nutritional aspect of the food.
Okay.
So the balance.
Yeah, equally balanced.
The best sugars to probably have is like sugars from fruits. So like right now, I've swapped out all the sugar in my house pretty much, so we focus on date sugar.
Date sugar.
So it's literally from dates, which are pretty sweet. I don't know if people actually eat dates, but I never really ate dates until I started incorporating them into my food fairly recently in the past 2 years. But they're really sweet, and it comes in date syrup, like a syrupy liquid. It also comes in like a granulated version. Okay. So you can get date sugar. Date sugar is, I would say, the best, or you could use like agave or even maybe like maple syrup, as opposed to
stevia.
Stevia, I don't know. I mean, stevia, I can't speak from personal experience. I don't use stevia. So.
Okay. Well, I use stevia, and I love it.
Okay. As long as it's from a plant, then I guess I'm fine. I think stevia is a good
alternative.
But you can probably order online as well. But
date sugar.
Yeah, you can.
I'm going to try that. I am definitely going to try that. Really good. Okay, so we talk about health, and everybody always looking at the scale. Mm-hmm. I know I look at the scale. We talked about it before we started the video, and we both were like, I didn't like the scale this morning.
And it's okay.
So what, other than the scale, what other aspects should we look into when we're thinking about losing weight and being healthy and things of that nature? Because everybody always wants the scale to go down.
Right. So, well, number one, don't be afraid of the scale, because again, personally, you have to figure out what's a normal or comfortable or healthy weight for you.
Right.
So people of certain different heights, you know,
right.
It doesn't matter. Like 150 pounds on me is going to look different than 150 pounds on you.
Right.
Just we're different heights.
Right.
And some of us carry our weight differently.
Right.
You know, some people are very lucky and they carry their weight in the right places.
Right.
Others, not so much.
Right.
So that's number one, figure out what's a normal, healthy weight for you.
Right.
Secondly, if you're like, oh, the scale's annoying, you have to also remember that muscle weighs more than fat. So if you get into a regimen where you're starting to gain muscle, you want to gain muscle because it also burns more fat. However, it's heavier than fat. So you're like, oh my God, I feel like I've lost weight, but you're like 5 pounds heavier. It could be you gained muscle, which is a good thing.
Right.
So I usually tell people to either do their measurements. The simplest way is I tell all my clients to do profile pictures, and we check every 4 weeks, because sometimes like I don't feel a difference, and then we compare the images and you're like, oh, I do see that I got small, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes you need that visual.
Yeah. And I'll share with the Goal Crushers some of the visuals that I've shared with Courtney and how my body changed from month to month. So yeah, and it does help keep you motivated as well. I know another thing for me, I have a scale where it tells me my body fat, my bone,
bone density, like water,
water weight, and stuff like that. So if you have a scale like that, that'll be great because
focus on body fat percentage,
right,
to overall weight.
Okay, yeah, because that's one of the things that Courtney told me last year. You want to make sure that you keep your body fat under 30. Okay, under 30. 30%. So under 30.
Yes, as a general rule, but again, it may differ, right, you know, depending on you. But
intermittent fasting. What? Intermittent fasting is a thing.
Yes,
and a lot of people say that when they intermittent fast, in the window in which they can eat, they pretty much eat any and everything they want.
And how does that work out for them?
I don't know.
No judgment. I'm just, hey, whatever works. So the idea that you can eat whatever you want, I think, is playing with fire a little bit. So I still would recommend you eating healthy for you. Eat well, eat nutrient dense food as much as you can. It's not saying you can't splurge a bit, but the whole point of intermittent fasting is to allow your body to kind of fast. So you want to go, I forget what the hours are. So usually people eat between 11 and 7, so about an 8-hour window of eating.
Right.
So the remaining hours, your body is processing everything, digesting everything, to help you just clean your body out properly.
Right. Okay.
So that's really the point of it, is to fast, to heal your body so that your body's working properly and functioning properly.
Yeah.
You can drink like green juices, protein shakes, like water, of course.
Right.
Because consuming liquids digests faster in your body. So the fact that you're eating food, you have to chew it, it then sits kind of solid in your stomach and then it breaks down. But when you drink it, it's already kind of broken down already. Right. It's a lot easier to absorb into your body. So again, you want to focus on letting your body heal and do what it needs to do. Give it enough time to actually process. Because unfortunately, a lot of people have a lot of stuff sitting in their stomach and in their colon and things like that, and it causes buildup. And it's because we aren't flushing out everything in our body. We should be going to the bathroom multiple times a day, guys. And I'm talking about number 2. You should be going to the bathroom at least once a day, every day. You hear me? It's nice if you go up to 3, if not a little more.
Right.
Almost think about every meal you eat.
You should have to go to the bathroom.
You should. My body does, and I feel like usually once you consume a certain amount of food, I guess like the previous meal will kind of flush out.
Okay.
Kind of like, it's not so much what you just ate is gonna leave. It's more like your body is now processing. Okay, we can get rid of what we had. But again, at least once a day is pretty normal, pretty healthy.
Okay.
But it's better if you go 2 or 3 times a day because you're pushing all the way. Like, going to the bathroom is waste. It's waste in your body that you do not need to have. If it stays in your body, it will get you sick.
Okay.
It will literally reabsorb back into your body and cause disease. So, again, I'm not a doctor, but feel free to get a book and research what I'm saying.
I'm not a doctor either, but having a trainer who went to pre-med, it's a great thing. Because when I tell her what I be eating, she be like, Karen, that's what you ate? you know what that can do to your body.
Moderation, guys. Because again, I don't eat great all the time, but I know I can't eat like that and then add on more bad. You know, it's more like you have to add in that good somehow, or you know what I mean, your body not gonna be looking the way you want. And
that's true.
That's not what we want.
That's true. Okay, now we talked about this a little bit, but what are some of your healthy food staples that you recommend to your clients? And can I just say that Courtney had me try. She had me try goat milk.
Oat
milk.
Milk. Say, we have you eat animal milk. What are you talking about? Consume animal byproducts.
I'm sorry.
Oats.
She had me try oat milk.
Yes, it's good, right? No, you don't like it? I like it.
It's nothing takes over my almond milk. Almond
Any
milk.
Any kind of nut based or oat milk is fine though.
Okay.
Moss, I feel like that is the go-to. If you haven't heard about it, Google it, people. Sea moss is like the it thing. If you don't do anything with your health, invest in sea moss, okay? Make sure it's actual, like, real sea moss. 92 of the 102 minerals that your body needs. So a lot of us are, you know, have mineral deficiencies, or you take like vitamins and things like that. But it just helps with inflammation. It helps with like joint issues, muscle recovery. It helps level your hormones. Like, it is really good. I'm also upset that it wasn't until I was an adult that I found out about sea moss.
Right, I just found out about sea moss. I follow someone, Dawn Dares to Dream. She does sea moss
sauce, but that's just me. To each his own. It can come in a pill. You can eat it as actual like food. They call it sea moss gel when you convert it over.
Okay.
But that is a staple that I always eat. I'm in the habit of eating fruit for breakfast every morning. It's just because fruit also helps you go to the bathroom.
Yeah, it does.
So it's a good thing to eat, like, kind of like as your first meal, to kind of really, like, especially if you woke up and didn't go to the bathroom yet, have fruit as your first meal, and you may notice in the next half hour to an hour you will go to the bathroom. So that's a good way to kind of do that. So I try to have fruit every day, sea moss. I really try to limit my dairy, my fleshed food, so that's any type of meat, anything that was alive that had a face. So that's red meat, that's poultry, that's even fish for some.
I will have to say that right after our 14-day detox, I am not consuming as much meat as I did prior. Yeah. You know, so I am now just eating meat like twice a week now.
Oh, good.
So
that's good.
You know, and
because again, meat unfortunately causes inflammation and causes like mucus buildup. That's just bad. Your body doesn't like it.
That's true.
So I would tell people to just be mindful when you eat, or like pay attention to how you feel after you eat certain foods. Do you feel tired? You should not. You know, do you feel like cranky? You should not. If you do, it could be the food you're eating.
Right. That is it. We had so much fun doing this. I really enjoyed Courtney. She is the subject matter expert when it comes to any fitness, health related questions on this channel. This will be the go-to person. This will be my source. You see her, you know she's well trained, she's well certified.
I promise.
She's not trust me, she's not gonna give you you might not like what she's gonna tell you, but she's gonna tell you what you need to know in order to get the results that you're looking for. So anyway, Goal Crushers, thank you guys so much. We'll see you all in the next video.